Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening-ish. No, still afternoon, I think. Joining us today for a rare attempt at FIA manufacturers. I don't often do it because for some reason I'm with VW, not sure why, but it looks like the VW, the Scirocco in particular, is a good car for this combo. So I thought I'd give it a shot. And I've done a bit of practice, set what I think is a decent lap time on the soft tyre for me. Just about a second off the end of the leaderboard. Should do for me. But I'm not sure about the strategy. Not decided on the strategy yet. Because, let's have a look. Oh, you can't see it here. Well, you need to run the medium tyre, but you can also run the soft. And I think I'm about a second slower on the medium than the soft on average. So I don't really know what the tolerance is there, but I suspect I'm going to start on the soft. I'm going to try and qualify well, and if I do qualify top half of the grid, near the front of the grid, start on the soft tyre, try to, get away from people in the mid-pack, and then see how long they last, and maybe do the medium tyre for 1 lap, 2 laps, I don't know. Minimum of 1 lap on the medium tyre. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. I think you can also try and do the whole thing on the medium tyre and not stop. If it's a dead heat for me, I'd rather try and do more on the soft. I think it'll be more fun. I'm just looking for information now if I can see how long the stop time is. If you do have any ideas, then I'm all ears. That's what we've been doing in Daily Race C this week, just trying out different strategies. So it looks like 3 seconds to change tyres, and pit time is about 10 seconds. Probably a little bit more with lost momentum. Hey, I race it. It's late where you are, so don't feel like you have to stay up late unless you want to, in which case I hope it's going to be a fun race. I think it's going to be a fun race, and we should be in a pretty... This car should be OP actually in this race compared to many of the other cars. So that's why I'm doing this combo. It's actually quite an interesting combo. Look at the mess of track there. About 4 different combos going on. Don't know what your predictions are, iRacer, or any strategy thoughts, but if the pit time is 10 seconds and it's an 11 lap race and I think I'm a second slower on the mediums, that, albeit that is unworn mediums and unworn softs, and I'd rather go for the softs most of it and be aggressive. That's my thought. So I was doing a little bit of practice with the mediums just to see my pace, but I think we'll go back to the softs. It's not one of those tracks where the change in tyres really changes your lines. To be honest, it's the same concept, I think. We're going to jump in now, do a little bit of practice, so it would be good to pick up some decent points here. I feel like this week I have been making progress in Daily Race C. I've gone for brake balance, 3 to the rear. Kind of a random choice. Seems to work. This is all easy flat in the soft and the medium. So actually a difference with the soft and the medium, in the soft tyre here, I try and be really aggressive and only go down to 4th. In the mediums I go down to 3rd there, just to help it turn in a bit. Ooh, too deep. It's not great for the last corner, but otherwise it makes sense to me, this track. This corner, if you go too narrow like that, I think in the race there's a big danger of running wide there, spinning out. So I think that's a half decent lap time. I feel pretty dialed in. Yep, so iRace, if you're staying up, hope it's going to be a good one. I saw some of the races in Nations today, which looked, don't know what the word is, chaotic. So I'm not doing that one. A bit too chaotic. But this one should be good. I like races where there's lots of different cars. That's why I think I've enjoyed Daily Race C quite a bit this week. I know this track is hard on tyres. Medium might be the way to go. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Iris. I've no idea how the tyres wear here. That is a complete unknown for me. I haven't done any kind of practice in the lobby. I guess if I start on the medium, you have to use the medium at some point. Thanks, Kate. Thanks for joining. Could try my best. If I start on the medium, then I don't know. My worry is if I start on the medium, I know I'm at least a second slower than the soft, and I'll just lose time battling. But the unknown with the soft is what's going to happen when the soft start to wear. And I've got to... Well, actually, no, if I start on the softs, I'll just pit as soon as they wear. I think that's the best way for me. The thing is there, I can't do a no-stop. That's the only thing. But maybe after this race, I can evaluate if a no-stop is the way to go. Bit of an unknown for me. TT and Scirocco in the top 10. So, not one for the usual suspects that we see in manufacturers. Not sure why that is with the dynamic of the track. Can we get a track map up? So you have a look at the track map, and I don't know why it doesn't favour those cars. I guess there's really a lot of straights and hairpins. There's not a lot of medium speed corners. I mean, as soon as you get around turn 1, it's basically full throttle for most of the lap. No wheel at the moment. That's a shame. I don't know if your wheel's broken, iRacer, or just in a different place, but I did see a picture today of a Costco in the UK with stacks of T150s. So maybe a batch has come in, but I was kind of browsing at wheels, and I saw a G29 or a 920. That was £100 more than it was a few months ago, brand new. So it seems like there's a pretty big supply issue, because everyone wants to go sim racing. But I don't blame you not using the pad. I used the pad once this week when my wheel overheated and it was weird. Don't know why there's a bicycle lane here, cycle lane. Nice, got the new wheel. Don't know what you've gone for. Fanatec, Logitech, Thrustmaster, Simmercube. Usual suspects. If you get the T150, I can vouch for it. If you get a G29, I think, well, you'll have done the research, but they're highly rated. I do, yeah. I don't really understand the difference between the gear system and the belt system. Turn the volume down here a bit. Can't use the controller since using the wheel. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Ah, the TGT. Nice. Not messing around. Very nice. That'd be worth waiting for. I don't know what pedals the TGT comes with. I don't know if it comes with the T3PA metal pedals. I think it does. But obviously heard very good things about that wheel. That's the wheel that they use in the GT events, I think. So there's no kind of higher praise than that. Yeah, that's worth waiting for. Get that new wheel feeling. I think I read somewhere that it's definitely compatible with GT7 as well. So let's see what we got in the lobby. Not a lot of names I recognise, but I don't do manufacturers a lot. Right, kind of got to get into the zone now a little bit. Crack on with this quali. It's going to be 10 minutes, I think, like usual. If you are thinking about getting... I don't know what pedals come with the TGT. If it's the plastic ones, then I guess that's fairly standard, but I thought it came with the T3PA metal pedals. But if it doesn't, they're well worth looking into. I've got the T3PA Pro, which I think are basically the same, except you can mount them inverted, which I did originally and then I changed it back. I don't know any of these guys. Well, if I think back, I think I've seen the names before, like Luke Mitchell, Scotty, Don Alfredo, Iago maybe, but I haven't raced them repeatedly. Let's see what we're talking in terms of points. 185, so yeah, decent points. Decent points. Right, I'm going to do a minute of practice. Check we've got tyres actually. And then if I can get a lap time, I've no idea what's going to happen with the quality, to be honest. Look at these deliveries, nice. I guess we'll see a little bit of the tyre wear in qualifying. That'll be some good intel. Can make a late choice at the end. Right, let's turn the volume back up. What wheel would I go for? I've heard good things about the CSL Elite, the Fanatec. And I'm always interested with direct drive, which is so expensive, but I don't understand yet kind of if it's worth thinking about. But I just like the idea of swapping rims, as stupid as it sounds. I think it would be cool to have an F1 rim and like a circular rim. So the Fanatec base, but I'm not doing anything yet because I'm waiting to see what happens with compatibility for next gen. But on the other hand, I've got the T3PA Pro pedals, so maybe the TGT like you've gone for. I just haven't really done any research yet. I suspect slipstreams can be quite important for this race. Just let me go, I think. Ooh, deep. This is way closer than I want to be. I've massively ballsed this up. We're going to have to overtake him. This is really not good etiquette. Woo! Too much speed through there. Ah, no. Okay, not the end of the world. We're going to have to dive up the inside of this guy as well, I think. Ah, ruined his lap. It's all a bit messy. Ooh, a little bit too deep. That's better. Could be a slightly faster lap. Get a nice toe here as well. Oh, maybe not. Gonna come into the pits. Oh, I don't know what to do with the strategy. Hi AL71B. Things are looking good for this race. Right, I shouldn't waste time. Let's go that again. The most important thing for me is strategy. We can go a little bit quicker than that lap. We can go a lot quicker than that lap. It's just, do I try and go for a no stop, or do I start on the medium and give myself the option of doing the no stop? It's a really bad line. I'll get the hang of that. Not going to get a toe this time. think just save the tyres on this lap. We're only going to get one more lap in. So, looking at the radar, I think we wait for someone. Actually, what am I saying? We're going to get 2 laps in. Okay, last lap. It's a better line. Going to go down to 3rd here, not going to risk it in 4th. Ooh, losing a bit of time there. It's not going to be fast this one, but still might hang on to P4. Might hang on to P4. So, strategy. What am I going to do? I think the soft tyres are really going to wear. I think I'm going to start on the softs, give myself the best chance at the beginning to kind of keep track of the people ahead. And then I'm just going to go as far as I can on the softs and go into the mediums. Yeah, that's what I normally do. I normally start on the worst tyre and then save the best. I go hard, medium, soft, or like that. But recently it just hasn't worked for me because I just end up losing time in the first part of the race. So, we're going to do it soft then medium. but I wouldn't be surprised if lap 4 or 5 the softs are kind of wearing. Yeah, thanks AL71B. Gone for clean driving, clean car. So what will happen is I'll start on the soft. Let's assume I don't spin or there's no funny business. Wow, that's really loud. And then when I do stop, I'll get jumped by people that are either no stopping or are on the mediums and haven't stopped yet. But then I should catch them up in the rest of the race. That's the idea. It's an interesting one. I don't really know how it's going to go. I haven't really watched any videos and stuff like that. In the fairy car, flashing the lights. So these lap times are a second or 2 seconds off what I was doing in practice. So again, I think it's one where the tyre wear and the fuel or whatever in practice, people revving their engines. Yeah, I don't know whether to rev my engine or not, it's a bit risky. Everyone's doing it, I'm going to rev my engine, burn some more fuel. McLaren. Very nice livery on the Cayman there, like Ukrainian livery. Right, I'm going to jump into the headset, kind of get into something resembling a zone. I've had my foot down a lot. I feel a bit uncomfortable because I don't know how the fuel's going to be. I guess we are going to pit, so we can keep an eye on that. Okay, here we go. I burnt 2% of fuel, that's how it works. Wow, look how fast the Scirocco is. Could have tried to make a move from there. At the hairpin, dive. Ah, shit. Just waiting for him, because I punted in there. Clean car, clean driving. Right, that's messy. Let's get back into it now. I was half thinking about making a move, and then I didn't, and then he braked a little bit earlier than me, so I probably should have gone for it earlier. As we were, no harm done. That's going to get interesting as the tyres wear. It's not really the best place to have a go down here, I think. Right. We're going to have to do it at the hairpin this time. Ah, just touched him. This is my corner, I think. Let's feed him to the wolves, hopefully. We both went very deep there, both the Sciroccos. Might both be on the soft tyre. Do we have a go? Do we have a go here? Look, that's rough, but I'm not sure I was in the wrong for that one. Feed another one to the wolves. A bit late on the throttle there. Oh shit. Get it together. Okay, this is where I start to head into the unknown with the tyre wear. Let's try and escape out of the clutches of those behind. That corner's going to absolutely kill the tyres. Oh, they're all fighting. I wasn't great through there, but doesn't matter in that context. So really what I should be doing is working out when the soft tyres have gone off so much it would be quicker to be on the mediums. That's what I think I should be doing. Just have to basically cut all of those corners. Just ignore their corners. Okay, tyres are... I'm getting used to them. What's this lap time going to be? Okay, so 141s basically. Kind of keep in touch with the guy ahead a little bit. Oh no. It's a better line. Went down to second there, by mistake. None of that was the tyres, that was all just me driving badly. Sort out all my cables. Right, I made a bit of a mess of this last time. Wow, on lap 7 already. So actually the softs kind of doing okay. So if people are nose stopping, that's going to be a problem for me. Maybe one more lap on the softs. One more lap on the softs, and then 3 laps on the medium. Someone's pitting. Ah, so someone behind's pitting from the softs to the mediums. So it might be the kind of the window. Yeah, I think it's going to be pit in this lap, and then might have to overtake the no stoppers. Getting a bit messy now. So I wouldn't be surprised if he stops ahead unless he's doing a no-stopper as well. Yeah, he's coming in. Okay, so actually we might have done the right one. Medium, no fuel. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Got to get past these guys sooner rather than later. Gently swatted him aside. Well, I'm not sure what you're complaining about, mate. I was on the inside. Can we do this guy at the hairpin? Is he going to go very defensive? Don't do anything stupid here, please. Because if I get a tap there, that was really poor. If I get a tap there, I'll be in the weeds. Right, I know I'm fast through the first bit if I do my normal line. Bit messy. It'll do. Wow, coming onto the last lap already. So are these people on really worn tyres? Or are they going to do the stop now? It's one or the other. Made a bit of a hash of that. Okay, one's going into the pits. Okay. Ah, someone's jumped me here. The GT Sean guy's got the fastest lap. Has, I think, outdone me on strategy. And is faster than me. Anyway, let's not throw it away. Okay, third place. Woo. Yeah, nice. I should be happier. Third place, big points. But I want to know what happened with the strategy there, because I think the TT was well out in front the whole time. But then GT Sean, I don't know if I'd be surprised if he did a no stop, because he did the fastest lap of the race. So that would have been on mediums. Maybe he's just much more rapid than I am. Thanks all in the chat. Yeah, I think all that time spent at Catalunya and Daily Race C has been a bit, what's the word, not like cathartic, but painful progress. And I think that's made me a better driver. So let's see where we are with the points. It's going to be pretty big points for me, I think. And the strategy, I was surprised the soft tyres were kind of, or maybe they weren't. Maybe I was losing too much time on the soft tyres. I should have looked at my lap times. I don't know if my lap times when I went on the medium were faster than my last laps on the softs. But yeah, number 20 on the car, so that's going to be a pretty hefty chunk of DR. So 170 points will go down nicely. I'm going to save the replay because maybe another time I want to look and see what happened with the strategy there. Hope that was worth staying up late for iRacer. That was a really surprisingly good race. I thought it was all going to kick off when I came out of the pits and all these cars were streaming past. And I think a key moment in the race was I was pretty forceful getting past the Porsche. Although I don't think I did anything wrong. I was on the inside and he turned in. And then the BMW, again, was it at the hairpin? We went side by side for a bit. And that was pretty important. If I got stuck there, I think I would have lost a lot of time. Thanks, iRacer, for staying up. Glad it was a good result. I think that's my best result ever in FIA. So maybe that was your support, your tips helped me get over the line. So have a very good night. We'll see you on another stream. Probably or possibly when we do a later stream. But thanks as always for joining. What are we doing? Just hanging around here. Okay. Thanks, iRacer. Yeah, driving well at the moment. Driving well. Thanks, Hales71B as well. Definite progress. I think that's what this channel's about. It's kind of just progress, and I just show you everything it takes for me to make that progress, and there's no shortcuts for me. It's just practice. Okay, I'm not sure we're going to do another manufacturers because that was pretty good points. So what else have we got? Nations Cup. I've never really driven this circuit before, so we could do it for the lols. 720. Could do it for the lols. Is it a one make? Yeah, it's a one make. I've heard bad things about this race. I've heard very bad things in terms of SR. It can literally tank your SR. It's good to watch. That's what I'm struggling with, progress and speed. I think for me, sometimes just sleeping on a race or a track, having a break, and then coming back, I just seem to, most of the time, immediately kind of pick up a couple of tenths when I'm in the process of learning a track. Whereas if I was just to repeat the same thing time after time, actually sometimes I don't really improve. So I don't know what that is. I've speculated that maybe it's kind of your subconscious kind of knowing what to do and what to expect. So I think that is a big part of sports generally, is your subconscious being able to go through the motions and you not overthinking it. So there's a definite cycle of practice, obviously, but also taking a break as well and kind of coming back to things, I think, can help. I found that has helped. I think we might return back to daily race C. I think that might be what we do, because daily race A is really slow. Fuji, although that is in the Scirocco, which I've just driven, but don't really know the track. In daily race C, we've been having some fantastic racing. So maybe we dip into daily race C for a little bit. In the RCZ. The RCZs, I seem to... So when I was in the Porsche, early on in the week, I was much slower generally, but the races would come back to me. So at the end of the race, I was kind of picking up places. Whereas in the RCZ, I seemed to start pretty good, but then I only ever really go backwards after about lap 5, which isn't a great feeling. So I wonder if we actually just try the 911 for a little bit and see if I can make it work. So if I can make it work, I think it's better on the tyres. Yeah, I think sometimes I move on from things too quickly, but that manufacturer's race, 170 points or whatever, that's pretty good points. And I'm pretty happy with that. I know the car that's a good car for that race, but I'm pretty happy with it. So 911 time, so we'll go with the slowest car. Ooh, cancel the download. But I don't know, AL71B, if you think there are areas that you know that you need to improve, or there are specific areas you struggle with. I'm trying to think of stuff I've done. Just practice. Just practice, and also the kind of mantra slowing fast out a lot of the time I think does work. And I think I used to be really way too impatient on the throttle. So I used to think if I'm not on full throttle when I'm not fully braking any other time, I'm losing time. And that's not the case. That's kind of right in karts, but in cars with weight transfer and the way they handle, sometimes you need to just kind of coast it around corners to get to the apex and then accelerate smoothly out, rather than kind of get in there aggressively and compromise your line. So that's definitely something I still struggle with, but I think I'm more aware of it these days. Now, brake balance, not sure what to do. So we'll stick with the -2. Or did someone say put it to the rear? Experiment. Got 10 minutes. Just improve my times really, always 3-4 seconds of pace. Yeah, but that's where you got to start. I was looking at the Club 100 time stay from the Sprint 60 that Mr. Ruswood was in. I'm not doing this round, but I'm in that championship, and the whole field was split by a second in the race of 35 karts, which is pretty tight. But in practice, the whole field was split by about 3 seconds. So again, it was just that, like at the beginning of practice. So by the end of the whole day, you know, it had evened out. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that. So when the tyres at the top of the leaderboard aren't really going to get much faster, if that makes sense. So it's not like you're chasing this time that keeps getting away from you. So if you're 3 to 4 seconds off the pace, it's a nice known gap that you can work at. And if you can get to 3 seconds off the pace, then it's not like you're going to have to then work even harder. The fast guys are, it's all moving. It's not a moving target. I think that's what I find. If I'm 1 second off the pace now within the top 10, I'm pretty happy. I think I'm a long way off that here. Yeah, so pretty much 2. I'm going to jump in for a little bit to kind of get warmed up here. But maybe, and I don't profess to be the best racing driver, but hopefully my inputs are smooth. So if you have a look at the inputs, at the appropriate time I should be kind of on half throttle. Just going to play around with the brake balance. If you have any ideas, then let me know. That AL71B, if you have a look back at the streams at the beginning of the week, you'll see how much slower I was. And every time I've done every time I played Gran Turismo this week, I've streamed it. So there's no secret. It just takes time. Well, okay, that's not exactly right. I think there are techniques that, if you bear them in mind, you learn. You kind of have applied practice. I don't know if I'm just being very contradictory here. Ooh, bit deep. I feel very comfortable in the RCZ over those curbs. Let me go back to the RCZ. Yanis D69 Audi R8 GT3. I have tried that for this race. Hang on, no. I've tried it in quali. No, I did try it for the race. I think the tyres just went off a little bit too much. But I've got to a point with the RCZ where I feel comfortable. It's just a little bit frustrating because I lose pace in the second half of the race. Just almost without fail. And I suspect the Porsche is quite good on the tyres, so it would be a good car to use. The last couple of nights I've had a good battles with my German nemesis, Mr. Leonidas Max. Maybe we'll see him again tonight. And he is in the Porsche, and he catches me a lot in the second half of the race. And we nearly always finished kind of neck and neck. But I guess it's give and take. Maybe I do better in the first half of the race. Maybe I can manage it with brake balance if it's a tyre thing. So in short, I'd like to be able to use the Porsche for this race, just not good enough to get the most out of it. Let's check the old stats. So that was a good result in FIA, another 1000 DR. Just nudging 40 now. So they're good lobbies. They're good lobbies, and I'm definitely being held back by my qualifying time, which isn't good enough. But the racing's been really good here. I feel like it's been really good for just improving my racing and improving my consistency. And improving my kind of like strategic racecraft, if that's the thing. So Yanis, I'm sure we'll see a lot of R8s in this race. I don't know if it's your car of choice for this one. And I've been having some good battles with the R8s. Normally I do like the R8 in GT3 races. Places like Interlagos. But I just happen to have fallen into a good rhythm with the RCZ here. So let's try and do a bit of practice. Let's flip the brake balance around. Much more tail happy. I was kind of getting the hang of that yesterday for the first time. So it'd be good to get that back. that was the stand I was talking about yesterday when I said it's a really good place to watch racing at Catalunya. Grandstand L. Let's get ready for this race. Sort the sound out. So if you're just joining, we did a manufacturers at KYOTO and it went quite well. Got a podium, which I wasn't expecting. So dipping back into Daily Race C, which has been a lot of fun this week. Racing here with WDP, Felix Jones, some very fast racers. Starting in our usual mid-pack position. If I could just shave a bit of time off that qualifying. I think Zabinero we were racing with yesterday. Still a good mix of cars in here, although seem to be kind of condensing down to 911s, RCZs and R8s. A couple of AMGs at the back and a Beetle. Let's see if we can get back in the groove. Back in the groove. Wonder what the races are for next week. They must have been announced. Let's have a look. So next week we're looking at Maggiore East for race A, Interlagos for race B, Group 3, 5 laps. That should be pretty good. Maybe that'll be the race of choice next week. Hard tyre. And then race C is Le Mans no chicane. Okay. Group 1. Good races next week. But I've enjoyed this one as well. So hopefully we'll have another good race here. Last night the races were pretty epic. Right, let's get the headset on. Just recentering it. R8's at the top. WDP I think has been in World Tour finals, if I'm not mistaken. So we're racing decent drivers here. Oh, I didn't cool my wheel. Ah, I'm gonna get a fan on. This was a bad idea. Okay, we're back in. Getting a nice cool breeze on the wheel. Whoa! It's a new one. I wasn't very consistent there when I came in front of the Porsche. But no harm done, really. suspect we might have the pace on this R8 ahead. Oh, something happened behind. Yeah, I just lost it coming out of that corner. And then I went defensive and then didn't go defensive, and anyway. It's interesting, kept it in third gear that time, wasn't too bad. I mean, I kept it in third gear by mistake. Okay, splintering a little bit ahead. Wow, he's caught up behind this Porsche already. And that's a fast lap from Felix Jones. Bit deep. I think I could really do with a cone marker for that hairpin. So I don't have any real brake marker. Whoa! Sometimes I just refuse to lift, and you don't win any points for that. Anyway, not too bad. Try and catch up with this group ahead. I seem to be slightly getting away. just missing a couple of tenths of pace. I'm just trying to think where it is. That was almost the moment. Look at that group ahead, it would be a lot of fun to fight with them. Just not quite there. Oh, quite evenly matched for this guy ahead. Mr. Rockman 147. Maximum brake. Ah, too deep. You lose so much time when you go too deep there. Not the best line, but something's happened behind. Something catastrophic has happened behind. Lap time's pretty good for me. Wow, they're really fighting ahead. I still can't catch them. They're really fighting. Oh, they fought too much. Oh, what a shame. Genuinely. Anyway, that's what the post-game chat is for. This guy, I mean, we just can't get any closer. I was very messy through there. Slowest lap of the race. He's getting away slightly. Ooh, deep. I don't often go deep there. So I think 2 laps to go. It's going to be a case of, as usual, in the last couple of laps, trying not to fall backwards. They might be pretty close. Yeah, my pace just gets really bad the last couple of laps. It might be the front tyres. Very gingerly over the curbs. Right, this is the battle then. Yeah, front left looking pretty beat up. Ah! I've messed that up. I'll have the inside line here though. Now we'll have one shot of the hairpin, otherwise it's pretty difficult for him. I was a little bit naughty. Oh, he disappeared. I was a little bit naughty at the hairpin because I moved over a little bit in the braking zone, just a tiny bit. But there we go. Thanks for joining, Ian B55. Hope if you've been racing, it's been going well for you. L71B, would you say this is the best race for grinding out points? The best race for grinding out points is whichever race, in my opinion, whichever race you can qualify the best at. To me, that is just by far the most important thing. Unless it's the kind of race where qualifying first doesn't really mean anything. So for this race, if I was qualifying on pole, I think I would finish, you know, irrespective of me being any faster if I just arbitrarily had that faster lap time. I'll be finishing each time, I think, a few places higher up. So this isn't the best race for me to grind DR because my qualifying time is really poor and I'm not spending time qualifying because I'm having fun doing the race. So I'm just doing it because I'm enjoying the racing. But for example, when Monza comes up, which is one of my favourite tracks, I'll often spend an hour or two qualifying, getting a really good time, try and get a top 100 time. Most of the race I'll be P1, P2 and just grind DR that way. I've done that in the past. If you look at my DR chart on the website, you can see the basically Monza weeks where it goes up. Your race pace is my quali pace. My pace was atrocious a few days ago and it's still not really there. Let's have a look at the times. So I'm in the back end of the 147s, so that's pretty much going to be the slowest in this race. Pretty much. So for some reason my race pace isn't that good. I've never done a 146 here in race trim. I end up going back to full time, therefore lose DR pace. My race pace is rubbish. For this race I end up going backwards as well. So let's call the wheel. So I think you have to be in the right car to move up the grid. These guys in the R8s and the RCZ, you know, fair play to them. I think the 911 generally looks after the tyres a bit better. It's not an easy race, this one, and I think that's why I've done so much of it, because it's quite rewarding to get half decent at it. But it's definitely more tricky than it first appears. For me, anyway. There's still a lot of Catalina that I haven't figured out in terms of time, so I'm giving way too much time away. But in terms of next week, for example, Interlagos, if you can get a good quality time at Interlagos for race B, you could grind that one out for DR. I don't think your DR, I don't think you get less DR if it's a shorter race. So you can grind A or B. What are we going to do next? Pretty good result in manufacturers today with the 170 points. So not going to do manufacturers, not going to do nations because I've heard bad things about this combo. So I think we'll do another race C. Do another race C. In the Z. Nice one. AL71B, yeah. I mean, depends what you're looking to do. If you want to get a DR, then my tip is always to qualify and spend a lot of time qualifying. I've done a couple of videos on gaining DR, and I think I've done one of them where I just show you how long it took me to get the quali time, which I think was like a top 50 time. It took a long time in terms of like 80 laps or something like that. But then you don't just start high up the grid, obviously, but also you're racing with faster people and you're following faster people, so you learn their lines as well. Whereas in the previous race I was following the R8 and we seemed to have pretty similar pace, so I wasn't really learning anything new. How's the wheel? Wheel is still a bit hot, let's cool it. But yeah, flying flapper there with a decent time. But these guys, let's watch one. How we can't in this thing. Okay, scratch that. But I am pretty much 2 seconds behind, which is absolutely huge. So I'd be really interested to see where I'm losing that time. Now if I want to be a bit more advanced in this race, I could try and mess around with the brake balance, because looking at the tyres in the last race, I think my front tyres are going pretty aggressively and I just end up falling back. I think next week what I'll do is early in the week I'll try and get some time and do a good quali time at Interlagos. I think that'll be the race for next week. So I'll spend an evening just trying to get a quali time, and then we'll stream using that quali time. And that's something I just haven't done in this one. I've just before races tried to do a couple of laps. So we'll see, but that was a fast lobby, some fast drivers. Had a few hairy moments in that race. Our old friend the sausages. I don't think I'm losing too much into turn 1, turn 2. Turn 3, I'm not super consistent, but I don't think I'm losing that much time. Turn 4, I think I'm losing time. Turn 5, I think I'm losing a lot of time. Turn 6, I don't really understand. Turn 7, going onto the back straight. I don't know if I'm still getting the corners right. Back straight, I'm quite inconsistent. It's a good track, Catalunya. Having spent this week doing a lot of races at Catalunya, I think when the F1 goes here next, then it'll be much more interesting to kind of see the lines they're taking, if they're locking up where they're doing it, etc., and look at their steering lock, stuff like that. I'm going to crack on with another daily race C, about to get matched in the Lucky Strike livery. Positive value means the rear brake's more sensitive. Negative means the front brake's more sensitive. Okay. I think -3 for me gives the car a bit more stability, but I think it's using up the front tyres a bit too much. Right, let's see what we've got. Okay, fast grid. Robin Raikkonen, swim on the friends list. Rockman again. So Rockman, we were pretty fairly matched, I thought, until the last couple of laps. He's got a bit of a fast time. WDP Dilster in there. So you've got some fast drivers. Usual cars. Now let's turn off the fan, that might be making an irritating noise. The kind of whine you can hear in the background is a PS4 fan, which is just like a jet engine for me. Dilster, James Dilly licked the stamp. A good result of manufacturers. I mean, I didn't really, in terms of the race, I didn't, and the strategy I did, I don't think I really did a lot wrong. I made the overtakes when I needed to, the pace was pretty good, didn't make that many mistakes. So third place, very nice. The question is just on the strategy. Could I do better on a completely different strategy? But I don't think I'm going to turn away 170 points. Right, let's see what happens here. .911 at the front of the grid. GTS Denny, I think, didn't we race him recently? Mr. Raikkonen. Oh no, this is gonna be a horrible place to start, isn't it? No, not too bad. Yeah, just about got away with it, I think. So that was the guy behind us who was catching us in the last race, I think. So first half of the race is when I'm a bit more pacey, so I've got to make hay there. Too deep. Whoa, big fight ahead. Big old fight. Someone's got a big old penalty. It's a tight race, isn't it? It's tight racing at this level. Ooh, careful mate, careful. Got lucky there. Rockman again. Let's try and do a fast lap here whilst we've got the pace. It's fun and games ahead, all the 911s. Oh, sorry, mate. Ah, fucking hell. I've literally just murdered him. It's a bit of a strange one. I'm not sure why it happened. I was waiting for him, but he was facing the wrong way. I was planning on being close, but not making contact, obviously. And I think it's just one of those corners where, because of the camber, just can't afford to make contact. So I feel bad about that. We can give it earlier that time. There we go, there's some payback. He's going to go wide. No penalty. That's a bit rough. Yeah, just a weird one. I was following him, we followed him for quite a while, so I know where he was braking. I think it was just down to me, just broke a bit too late. Okay, now the tyres are going to not be in my favour. Just chasing the brake balance, maybe that will help the tyre situation. Just gone a bit more neutral, or two to the rear from where I was. Try and get those tyres wearing evenly. Ah. Ho ho ho. Good battling. Whoa, he's close. Ooh, it's going to be a three-way or a four-way battle. Good. I think we just take different lines through there. Slidey. Ooh, another slide. So yeah, it's that part of the race where I fall backwards. Is what it is a little bit. There's some good battles going on up there. Two laps to go. Can I hang on? I'd say the odds are against me. If I was a betting man, I'd have to go defensive here. Whoa! Wasn't defensive enough from the other guy, Mr. Bilbo Baggins. Oh, Bilbo wants to get past. Don't do something stupid here, Bilbo. Bilbo. Bilbo, mate. He's a man on the mission. He's a hobbit on a mission. P12. About where I started. Seems to be how these races go. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, carry on, gents. Don't mind me. Switched off a bit there. That's my fault. That's my fault. I've had some run-ins with this guy before. Last lap. That's a shame. There might be some pieces to pick up, maybe. That was a move, if I do say so myself. Ooh, yellow flag. That'll be off the finish line. Got my hopes up. Whoa! Contact, knew it. I've raced with Mr. Brutos before. I feel bad for Mr. Raikkonen because that wasn't the best on my part. To pop him an apology. Went on for a relatively standard result until that happens. That was my fault. Actually, a bit of a messy race, to be honest. Yeah, well, I just messed it up. There we go. Lap time... not super bad. Okay, so... good result in manufacturers earlier. Way more than anything I've got before. Actually giving it a proper shot. AL71B, qualify first, we got second. Tyres nice today, got we race C. Well, very good result anyway, to get second, qualifying first. So what I did for the RCZ, if I was American, what I did in the RCZ was to move the brake balance. I don't know what brake balance you were running, but previously I'd been on -3, but I progressively moved it forward to 0 during the race, and it seemed to be a bit better, although I did spin it on the sausage, unfortunately, which I haven't done before. But very good result. So that'll be very good for your DR. Yeah, I'm in a B class list. Yeah, that might be the way forward then, to move up the brake balance to kind of compensate. I still do have this kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it's not a sinking feeling, but it's just this feeling of, okay, we're past lap 5, I'm just going to move backwards now. And I'd rather be, like, I could do with 5 laps at the beginning that are a bit kind of slower if I'm moving up. But it is what it is. This was meant to be a good race for me, this Blue Moon Bay. But I think I did 4 races that day and I got destroyed in all of them. Red Bull Ring on Tuesday, Group 3. Probably give that a shot. We need to learn that track a little bit. Meanwhile in that's not the place to go. Meanwhile in manufacturers. Oops, wrong map. Sardinia B, not sure about that. But Blue Moon Bay, Infield A, that should be a good track for me. And Group 3, that's a fast car for that small track, tight, twisty track. Well, apart from when you're on the bankings. Then Brands, yeah, we'll do that. Spa, yeah, we'll do that. Red Bull Ring, we'll do that. Huge selection of tracks here. Brands, Spa, Red Bull Ring, Suzuka, Nürburgring GP. Classic. I was in shock to be on pole, nervous, but managed to hold it together. Track limit penalty is what lost me it. Yeah, I don't know where that track limit penalty was. Going onto the back straight is a classic one. Although I saw some people go very wide and not pick up a penalty. So maybe I'm not understanding the boundaries properly. Yeah, a lot of pressure on pole. On pole you can only go backwards, that's the thing. Every other position, you know, well, I could get something in the first couple of corners. But in pole it can only go badly, or the same. So I think starting on pole and finishing second is a very good result. I take that every day of the week. Every day of the week. I'm not sure we're going to do the next race C. We've just done 2 or 3. I lose count. And we're not going to do manufacturers because we've got good results. So I think we might actually wrap it up there for the stream, rather than just do another daily race C. That last one was a bit scrappy, so maybe I need to kind of just get a bit more zen about daily race C. Not punt off people on my friends list. But thank you for joining. Thank you for joining for manufacturers, giving me the tips there. to get a good result. That feels good. I might do a stream later on Trackmania or something different, a bit more chilled out. We'll see. We'll think about what we do tomorrow. But on Monday we'll probably do Interlagos Group 3 in Race B. But only after I've been able to spend some time doing a bit of quali. So if I have the time to do quali and then do a stream, I'll do that. If I only have the time to do quali, I'm just going to do quali. And then we'll do Interlagos next week throughout the week. That should be a good race. If we're racing the same people as we're racing in race C, Interlagos is going to be great. Thanks Sales71B. Yep, getting used to streaming now. Got the mic on, got the game sound on. The screen's not black, the wheel's not overheated, so we're kind of getting there. Think about some more bits and bobs we can add. Maybe buy a webcam front facing, maybe buy something that can show you guys the wheel, the pedals. Take it to the next level. As long as the streams, as long as the racing is enjoyable, as long as I'm enjoying the racing and you're enjoying watching it, then it's great. I think at the core of it. And the racing has been really good this week. I've really enjoyed it. But yeah, until the next stream, might do another chilled out one later tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. Until that, thank you very much for joining. Thanks for all the comments, all the chat. Thanks Ian if you're still here as well. But we'll see you in the next one. And yeah, have a very good evening, have a very good weekend, and see you next time.